Life Now. This is your host, Coach TMB, and I am so excited to bring this episode of the show with you today. We have here in the studio with us Dr. Nkechy Ezeh, who is an expert in early childhood development, and she is also the founder and CEO of Early Learning Neighborhood Collaborative. How you doing today, Doctor?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me here.
You are so welcome. I'm excited to have you here.
Oh, great.
We're going to learn some things today. Yes, indeed.
That's good.
So, Dr. Nkechy, I have coined you as being one of the trailblazers here in the city.
Oh, really?
Concerning, yes, our neighbors, our children in our community. But prior to you getting into this work, what were you doing that led up to this strong passion for children?
Wow. I think the passion for children for me really started when I was young, but I didn't know it. Growing up around my dad, and my dad literally picking children along the way as we're going to school, all that thing, just to make sure that children in our village were educated. But when I got into United States, I dabbled into early childhood. I really didn't want to do early childhood.
You did?
No, I didn't. I wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
I really did. But when I found out I was pregnant, not having my own family support system here, I didn't know what to do. I dabbled into a brochure at a Grand Rapids Community College library that said child development. So having a child in my own stomach, I wanted to know, what do you mean child development? How are they developing? So that encounter with that brochure really led me into early childhood education. I studied that. I worked with children in child care center. I taught preschool children, but it really started clicking for me when I opened and ran a child care center at Messiah Baptist Church.
Okay.
That really got me going with our neighborhood children, seeing how they were coming in, how they were living, what was going on, the missed opportunity that our parents were just missing by not knowing what to do. I do believe that all parents want the best for their kids.
Yes.
All parents want the best for their kids, but the issue sometimes is that we are so overwhelmed, we have other things going on that prevent us from doing the best for our children.
Yeah. Dr. Nkechy, talk about some of the things you were noticing while you were at Messiah.
Well, when I was at Messiah, what I was noticing is that, little things like bringing the children to preschool, we were rushing. That was their time. We didn't have enough time even to devote 3 minutes or 5 minutes to talk to the teacher. This is what happened at night. This is what my child did. Or the child is coming down with fever. I want you to pay attention to this. Leaving the backpack, not even picking up the backpack when we pick the children up. Or the teacher wants to talk to the parent, but we're so busy to go on and do that. A child is trying to tell you how their day went, but it's really not in our radar. So those little things, how we were using our time, those ordinary moments that could have just added more to the child's life or day, we were not really embracing that. Yeah.
I find that interesting, and another thing that sticks out to me too that you shared when you were coming up as a child, your father, and you said he would pick up children along the way. Do you think there was a seed that maybe was planted watching him?
It did, really. It did plant a seed, because as a little child, just like we all do, sometimes I'll get a little irritated why my dad is slowing down to pick other people's children. Come on, Daddy, let's go. But well, don't you want to play with them? No, I want to go with you. And all that. Daddy would say, it's okay, let's pick them up, let's go play with them, and all that. So I believe the seed was planted without me even knowing that. And now I'm looking at all those moments and I'm beginning to cherish them, because there was something my dad was trying to do. Environment is a third teacher.
Yes.
So we have to pay attention to the environment that our children are in, because they're soaking it all up. They're picking up on those things and we don't even know it.
Wow. Already you have blessed so many people who are looking
Thank you.
at this show. And, you know, I'm a mom too, and being, having an opportunity to watch you and learn even more about what ELNC is doing has been really impactful. And one of the things that you stress, if I can just put it like this, is parent engagement.
Yes.
Why is that so important?
Oh, parent engagement is so important. We know from research and studies that children who their parents are engaged with them do better in school. It sets you up for life. And engagement it's about quality, not quantity. We're not saying that you have to engage with your child for a whole 1 hour or 3 hours. People look at it and it's so daunting because I have put in 8 hours of work, 10 hours of work. I don't have time to come in and be engaged. What are you talking about? But when we talk about parental engagement, we're talking about 15 minutes, 10 minutes of just saying, how was your day? You can be engaged without even putting so much into it, but boy, you do fill that child up. And it means so much to a child. So being engaged in what they are doing, asking questions, just being silly about it. Tell me everything you did all day today from the beginning to the end, and don't leave anything because I'm listening. Boy, you sending a message to that child that you matter to me. What happened to your day mattered to me, and I'm interested in it. I want to learn more about it. Tell me about it. We don't know what happened to the child throughout the day. And for the child to come home and the mother to say, how was your day? Tell me what happened today. What was your highlight? What was the low light? And when you encounter that, what did you do about it? But also learning to be quiet so they can talk.
That is so rich. We just had a conversation over in that area, but I think it's important that we as parents learn how to make ourselves become available for our children, and I think that's what you're basically saying in this conversation.
Being available, there are so many ways you can be available to your child. It could be just looking at them. They are talking, your eyes connect. And there's a way a parent can look at a child, they know, I am available, I'm here.
That's good.
It could be, as our kids are getting older, I remember my son when he was getting a little older, he didn't want to be hugged in the public. He didn't want to be touched. Oh, here comes mama again, I'm so loud and I'm everything. And I said, okay, but if it's important to me that I know that you know that I'm there for you, can we do this? So when I'm sending you off and you turning around and I'll just do this, you know I am hugging you. Or you pretend you're doing like this. So parental engagement comes in so many different ways, but you gotta be present. You gotta be there. And the child gotta feel that spirit that you are there for them. And you know what? They need it. They need it because when they get into the classroom, it's just something that they keep on thinking about. When you are scared, you look around and there's nobody around you. You can feel your mom's spirit. You can feel your dad's spirit. You can feel your sister or your brother's spirit, that somebody's there for you. And when we talk about parental engagement, for the African American community or for the Latino or for us African, it's not just so much your biological parental engagement. It's the kinship you have.
The kinship.
The kinship. Who else is there in the home that can tell you that you matter and that you're going to have a good day? I know you're going to have a good day. So it's not so much telling your kids, you have a good day, but I tell my kids, I know you're going to have a good day, so I'll see you later, and we're going to talk about it.
Oh, my goodness. Telling your child that they matter, it just does so much for that son or that daughter, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you feel special. I am leaving the door, going to school, and there's somebody that knows that I matter, that have my back, no matter what. So you go into school, you're talking to your teacher, you're doing what you got to do and everything, but deep down in your soul, there's somebody that I matter for. And that person is thinking about me, and I'm thinking about that person.
And you know, this thought just hit me as I'm sitting here listening to you. I think when you engage your child like that, there's a confidence about them and a boldness in them because their parent or their mom or their dad, you know, has been engaging them. Talk about that.
You have somebody. It fills you up. I was telling one of my children actually today, and I say, confidence is like clothing, you wear it. And what makes up that clothing that you wear is, and I looked him in the eye and I said, you have a family that supports you. You have a family that loves you. You go on there. You wear that confidence, knowing that. So when children are walking out and they know that there is somebody that cares for them, that supports them. They walk with their head held high up.
Yes.
Our children are smart. Our children are bright. They are competent. They are full of energy.
Yes.
But when they walk out and something is missing, you see them slouching. All the things that I've just talked about is draining. So when somebody talks to them that they don't want, they feel it. You want your children clothed in that confidence. It's almost like when I'm walking out there, I can feel it. My head can be up. My shoulder is straight. And I am ready to face the world. There's nothing that child cannot do because you have blessed that child.
Yes.
You have blessed that child and you have poured into that child and saying, it's okay. Whatever is out there, you can handle it. And I am here for you.
That is rich. That is rich. So you founded this organization, ELNC, Early Learning Neighborhood Collaborative.
Yes.
Tell us, what is this organization about and what are you doing in the community?
Wow. ELNC just got to be the best thing I know. Yes, I am so passionate about it because ELNC is not about one person. ELNC is a collaborative effort. I am just an instrument that ELNC came to be. There are so many. When I think about ELNC, I think about the Verizon commercial. Are we there yet? Well, you have this army behind you. That's what ELNC is for our children. They know now, our community now know that there is a collaborative made up of 7 community-based organizations. Baxter Community Center, United Methodist Community House, New Hope Baptist Church, South End Community Outreach Ministry, or CCOM, The Other Way Ministry, Steepletown Neighborhood Services. All these organizations came together to begin really to create early learning opportunities in our neighborhood for our children. These are children that are so behind that when they come to kindergarten, they were not even ready for kindergarten.
Oh my goodness.
If you're not ready for kindergarten, you're not ready for life. So this organization, we came together to do that, and we have hit the ground running since 2011, trying to create preschool opportunities for our children.
Now, there's something that unique about all of these organizations. They're located where they're located.
Yes.
And I believe you've coined them along with the team as being in target areas.
Yes.
What's the uniqueness about that?
Well, the uniqueness about this is that there's just something wrong about our children leaving their neighborhood to go to preschool in another neighborhood. Children are in the bus for 30 minutes, for 1 hour, to go for preschool from one neighborhood to another neighborhood. The message that it sends to children is that there's something wrong about your neighborhood, where you come from.
Oh, my goodness.
Our preschool program, our goal is to make sure that we have quality preschool centers in the child's targeted neighborhood, in their neighborhood.
Right there where they live.
Right there where they live. When they are going to preschool, they can see the shop where their daddy gets their hair cut. They can see the grocery where their parents shop. They can see their grandma's house and all that. All this sends a message to the child that this is where you belong. This is good. Pulling a child out of their neighborhood to another neighborhood sends a whole different message to them. So when we came together, that was very important to us, and we wanted to make sure that all our programs are place-based.
Now, what does that mean when you say that?
Place-based means what we've been just talking about. In their neighborhood, in their place.
In their place,
In their
where they live.
Where they live.
Okay.
Because you know what? After all said and done, they are coming back to that neighborhood.
Absolutely.
They are coming back to that neighborhood. So we came together, we started creating preschool opportunity for them. We are place-based, we are culturally competent. And it's very important for us that the teachers in the classroom look like the children that they are working with.
Okay, I need you to go there.
And
Because
you
you
need
said
to go
culturally
Competent,
competent.
yes.
Why is that so important?
Why it's important is that it sends a message to my brain. Environment is a third teacher. When I'm going to preschool, I am in my neighborhood. I am seeing things that is familiar to me. It's telling my brain it's okay. When I get into the preschool classroom, I see children that look like me. I see a teacher that look like me. Not a janitor who just finished cleaning up and have gone. It would have been nice if the custodian are still around so I can see them.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with the job. The thing is that they are coming in when the kids are already gone.
Yes.
So when I get in, I'm seeing adults in leadership position. Teaching is a leadership position that look like I do. It sent a message to my brain that it's okay. You and I have been in a place where you're not comfortable because that's not your setting. You're new there. Immediately your brain start reacting, trying to defend you because you're now threatened. The environment is unique. What is going on here? You're looking around. But when our children come to our preschool program, it's in the environment that they know because they see people that look like they do. And it sends a message that it's okay. You can relax, you can learn. And the children's spirit are calm. There's nothing like children having a spirit that is just wandering. It needs to be calmed down so that they can concentrate in learning.
That is powerful. Yeah. Oh my God, that is so powerful. So let's go there. Let's talk facts because I really want to utilize this time well with you.
Sure.
There's 83% of children entering Grand Rapids Public Schools are unprepared for kindergarten.
Yes. And that data came in 2009. 2009, the then Superintendent Bernard Taylor, in addressing his school address, was talking about that data, talking about the children coming to Grand Rapids, select Grand Rapids public schools were not ready for kindergarten. 83% of them are not ready for kindergarten. So in 2010, when I did a current reality research to find out, then W.K. Kellogg Foundation commissioned that report to find out what's going on. In seeing that data, what's going on in our neighborhood. So when we looked at our neighborhood, the target neighborhood that you were talking about, unfortunately I don't have the map, but the map is in our website, ilncgr.org. The target neighborhood we were talking about then in 2009, 2010, when we looked at it, the reason why children were going into kindergarten not ready was because only 2 out of 10 had access to quality preschool
Yes,
program.
I had that down too.
So if a child in our neighborhood did not have access to quality preschool opportunity growing up, and the home is not reinforcing those skill sets, no wonder they come into kindergarten not ready.
Wow.
So we needed to do something different. We needed to change the subculture or the paradigm shift in our neighborhood. We cannot take it for granted that preschool is not important anymore because our children were getting into Grand Rapids Public School, not ready for kindergarten. And then it was unfair to Grand Rapids Public School to take all these children and turn them around in 9 months. It was just unfair to be doing that. So we all needed to rally up. You know, we hear the adage, it takes a village to raise a child. The village needed to rise up and do something. And that's what I love about the ELNC model. It's almost like a village, getting these children ready. So when we hand them off to Grand Rapids Public School, Grand Rapids Public School is ready for them. They take them and run to the next level.
Oh, that's powerful.
We cannot just keep on sending the children to school system and expecting the school to take them And if you think about it, these children are coming from almost the same background. You're not talking about a classroom where you have 16 children and 3 of them are not ready. Let's pull them out and get them ready and return them. No, you're talking about the whole 16 children are behind. So it's really hard to do that. And it cannot be just Grand Rapids Public School doing all the work. And look at what's going on in Grand Rapids Public School.
Yes.
Look at how the wonderful job they are doing. So the whole community are rising up, embracing it, but they got to start early. Preschool matters.
Preschool matters. Look into that camera and speak to those parents who were thinking, maybe, you know what, it's not a big deal if I don't send my son or my daughter to preschool.
Yeah. Well, preschool do matter. And it is a big deal to send children to preschool. I believe in giving children opportunity to be children, to embrace early childhood. When you send your kids to preschool, 2 things are happening. Number one, the child gets opportunity to really play with their friends, being in the environment that is made for them so they can learn. And children learn in different ways through play. The second thing that is happening when you send your child to preschool is that you, the mother, or you, the father, get opportunity to do something for yourself. Even if it's just to sit down and have a nice cup of coffee quietly and catch up on your reading, even if it's going to school or looking for employment, whatever. But it's very, very important that we send our children to preschool as early as, as we can, preferably 3 years old and 4 years old, so that they can be with the other children and continue to learn.
That is powerful. And I want you to expound on this because I think this will really bring home what we're sharing today on the show. 90% of a child's brain development takes place within the first 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
When I found that out, I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. We, since the late 80s, early 90s, there have been so many research done on brain development, where children's brain were literally wired to see what is really going on. And we do know that 90% of their brain development really takes place between the ages of 0 to 5. And research is even telling us more is happening in the ages of 0 to 3.
0 to 3.
0 to 3, and then 0 to 5, because the more, it's almost, when children are born, they are born with all the neurons that they need. Their brain comes out wired and ready for learning. Their brain develops because of the interaction. So the more interaction we have with our children, quality interaction, not yelling at them, not putting them in front of television, but human-to-human interaction, the more their brain develops. So children are ready for it. 0 to 5 is so critical. 0 to 5 is so critical because their brain develop, most of the bulk of their brain develop at that time. It is really crying, hungry for human interaction. And it gotta be quality human interaction, singing to them, talking to them, just acting solid with them. They love it because that's what gets them to reciprocate and really give you back to you. When a child smiles, you smile back, and then you break. It's like dancing, taking turns. They smile, you take a little break and say, oh, is that funny? Did I say something funny? And then it's almost like you're giving the child opportunity to respect.
Yes, I like that.
To respond. Then you give them that opportunity, they say something, and then you just crack up. Really? Was that really funny? Tell me more about it. When people are looking at you, it looks like, okay, what is going on? But you are getting in tune with your child. So because of that critical time for brain development, that's why early childhood education is so important. And that's why preschool matters. Because the child is in an environment that is made for them. You're not chasing them around saying, don't touch that, don't do that, don't do that. They are in an environment that says, touch me.
Wow.
The toys are saying, touch me. The Play-Doh is saying, yeah, need me, do all this with it. And the child is at their best. They are happy because they have opportunity to really interact with things that are made for them.
Wow. How, with there being collaborative sites in different areas throughout the city of Grand Rapids, how are you and your team seeing the impact on the children's lives?
We have seen the impacts, and again, very soon we'll be releasing ELNC report card, so the community can see what we have done. So We see the impact because we have multiple ways of measuring our work. We are being evaluated by Grand Valley State University Community Research Institute, but we also use teaching strategy online, gold online assessment, which is a database that we input the data and they analyze it and tell us how our children are doing. And we know that our children are doing great. They are reaching all the benchmark that they need. When we talk about children being ready for kindergarten, we're not just talking about cognitively or academically.
Okay.
We're looking at so many different areas. So we're looking at the whole child. We're looking at the whole child.
Okay.
Physically, how is the child doing? So we look at physical development. We look at cognitive development, how they are processing information. We look at socially, how they're interacting with other kids. And then we look at emotionally. How do they soothe themselves?
Yeah.
How do they get their needs met? And every child from the time they're born have that skill set that is appropriate for their age. So with all the children that we're working with the 3-year-old, we know the certain benchmark they have to reach. The 4-year-old, we know the benchmark that they have to reach. So we have different way of evaluating our children. We have 3 checkpoints.
Okay.
We do the first checkpoint in October to kind of get an idea where the kids are.
Okay.
Baseline data. Then we can use that to inform our instruction. What are we going to do? Toresa is coming in. Toresa is doing this. She's really good in writing, in reading, in talking. But you know what? In terms of getting along with her friends, she could use a little help with that.
That's good.
Here comes Nkechy. Oh, she loves to talk. But she doesn't like to write. Maybe we can do something to help that pre-writing skills. Not that the children that come to us have to be actually writing and doing all this, but we are doing some activities that help them develop that pre-writing skills. And all that. So we do the checkpoint in October. We do it again in January to see what have happened, what we need to adjust. And then we do the final one, I believe, end of April or early May to see how they are doing. This gives us opportunity to monitor each child individually and collectively as a group in a classroom, because the goal is to get them ready for kindergarten. And then we hand them over to kindergarten teacher, who then will do her job or his job to get them to be ready for first grade.
Wow. You and ELNC are doing amazing work. And you know, as we get ready to bring this time to a close, I want to just ask, because you're making such an impact, and this is not enough time, so we're going to bring you back. But did you ever think that your life would be used in such a way to touch others?
No, I did not really. This is just bigger than I thought it would be in my life. This has been the best opportunity for me. I love children. I love I love children. I love vulnerable children. I love children that don't have any voice, and I love just reaching out and helping children that I know that they need it. Actually, what I'm trying to do is what was done. Other people helped me raise my own children.
Wow.
And if my children can get to where they are right now, every child can get there. And all we have to do to surround them. So no, I didn't think that I'll be doing what I'm doing right now, but I am glad that God put other people around to help me see the vision and see that I'm needed in this area, and I've been doing it, and it has really blessed me. And people think that I'm blessing the children. Boy, they are blessing me more because I get more from them. I get so much hug. You won't even know how many hugs I get on a daily basis.
You're full of love.
I'm full of love. Yeah.
So real quick, tell people where can they go for more information?
Well, you can go to our website, www.elncgr.org, and you can also call our main line, 616-819-1407, and we'll be glad to talk to you about ELNC and how you can access quality early learning opportunity in our neighborhood.
Thank you so much for being a guest on the show.
Thank you so much. This is so wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of In Life Now with Coach TMB. And remember, as I always say, to live your best life in life now. Until next time, peace.